My name's Christina Schmidt. I'm 25 and I'm a Teamster with Local 337. I work as a dispatcher in the transportation department for films and television. I've been working in film for almost 3 years now, and I'm making this video to share my story and try to make a difference. And I encourage all of you who have benefit from the industry to do the same, either make a video or write a letter, do something. I watched the interview that Mitch Albom did with Nancy Skinner, and he couldn't have been more spot on. I suggest all of you watch that. He really knows the power of the film crews and the change it will bring to Michigan if Rick Snyder really just gives it a chance. You know, things don't happen overnight. And basically, a few years ago, I was working 3 jobs and going to school full-time at Eastern Michigan, struggling to make payments. I was living on my own. I sometimes didn't have enough money to buy groceries, and it was a tough time. I ended up having to put schooling on hold to work more hours to pay my bills. I had to close my stocks and dip into my savings. I had no health insurance, nothing. And I really was looking for something to save me from the rut that I was in, and I didn't know what else to do. And thankfully my dad called me. He's also a Teamster. He's been working in film for about 7 years. And he asked me if I wanted to work on a television pilot coming to Detroit. And this was right before the incentives were passed back in 2008. And I agreed. I thought, what do I have to lose? You know, this could be just what I need. And it was. Since then I've worked on 12 or 13 features and television shows. I just completed 7 months on Detroit 187. And I have full health and dental coverage. I have a 401k. I was able to get my own place. I have a new car. I can make payments without having to worry, and I'm able to buy groceries. And my boyfriend also works in film. He's a Local 38 member, and it's our main source of income is the film industry. So if this incentive goes away, we lose our jobs, we lose our income, and we have to start over basically. And we're 2 young adults living in Michigan, born and raised in Michigan, want to stay here. And that's what Rick wants. He wants the young adults to stay in Michigan, but by putting a cap on these incentives, he is forcing us to look at options elsewhere, because there's really nothing for us here. These incentives have been the best thing to happen to Michigan since I've been alive, and it's really changed my life in so many different ways, not only from being able to live comfortably, but I have met a handful of people who have become like family to me. I've met people I never thought I would meet. I've experienced things I never thought I would experience, and I'm not the only one. There are so many other people who are going through the same thing. And I've met people who have lost their jobs or been on the verge of losing their homes, who have literally been saved by the industry. And businesses have been created and expanded every day, depending on what show I do. I rent from car and equipment rental companies, sanitation services, nitrogen and propane distributors, auto repair shops, cleaning companies, and that's just for my department. Production spends millions of dollars on office supplies, hotel rooms, restaurants, and department stores. They rent apartments and homes for some of the out-of-town cast and crew members, car services for their transport, and this is all local. This is all benefiting the local vendors. Laundromats, gas stations, bookstores, coffee shops, charter rental companies all receive a ton of business, and I could go on and on. Michigan Film Office has some numbers that you can look at just to prove the impact that the incentives have really made. Even the locations that we film at, including zoos and churches and schools, even the city of Detroit and other cities, all receive money for being used for us to film at their locations. But the Michigan Film Office has stated that expenditures have gone from barely $2 million in 2007 to over $100 million in 2008 and $223.6 million in 2009. I don't have the numbers for 2010, but I can guarantee that they're only going to go up. I really would encourage all of you to try to make a difference, because this is so important to save our jobs. And I'm hoping that Rick Snyder sees this and sees it through my eyes, sees it through the eyes of people who are living through it, who are working in the industry and benefiting from it. And I don't want to have to start over. I want to keep working in film. I love it, and so many people out there who haven't experienced it yet will eventually get to, if it's just given a chance. So I'm really hoping this proposal does not go through.